Your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the National Army Museum for the official launch of the third official volume of the Royal Army Veterinary Corps from 1962 to December 21. It's a great privilege to introduce myself. I'm Colonel Zach Stenning, your new Colonel Commandant. A great honour to take over from General Rowley Walker, my close friend. And it's been my great privilege over the last 27 years as an infantry officer to see the brilliance of what the Corps delivers around the world. From my early service in Hong Kong through Northern Ireland and the Balkans, perhaps more permanently though in Iraq and Afghanistan, the brilliance of the animals, the handlers, and really the professionalism of the Corps in delivering everything that we required on operations. I'm deeply grateful as an infantry battalion commander for what you did for my men and women in Afghanistan and Iraq, and I recognise how much you continue to do here in the United Kingdom on state ceremonial, but more importantly, deployed globally on operations. And I look forward to meeting more of you this evening. Can I also extend a massive thank you to the staff of the National Army Museum for hosting us in this remarkable venue, in particular Mike O'Connor and Helen Taylor, who I know have put so much work into this evening. A special thank you also to our sponsors who've helped us raise the very generous £9,000 to help us actually publish the book, which is a critical thing for any author, clearly. And we're very grateful for your most general donations to help us facilitate to do that. But of course, the most important event this evening is to introduce our author. And so I'd like to hand over to Chris Hands. I've had the privilege of meeting Chris not for too long this evening, but I think what I've heard from all of you, the leadership and his colleagues, is quite what a remarkable effort Chris has put into this personally to deliver such a fantastic volume of the Corps. He is and works on a farm down in Somerset. He's got family commitments, and he's done all of this in his spare time. I'll let him explain what he's done, but I'd just like you to join me in really thanking Chris at the outset for his significant contribution to the history of our Corps. Thank you, Chris.
Your Royal Highness, sirs, ladies and gentlemen, the book's journey, the first shot at writing the record commenced in 1996 and then recommenced later in 2013 with an aspiration it would be accomplished by 2018. Then suddenly during 2020 I was asked by Abby de Barry if I would proceed with the task. Rather madly and probably not knowing the work involved, I agreed. The rest is history, you might say. I'm grateful to Soldier magazine, the British Army's official magazine, who've included countless enjoyable articles regarding the RAVC. Moreover, we must recognise our own contributors, all of whom, over many decades, have also provided worthy commentary for the Corps journals and Chiron Calling, our in-house magazine. We should not forget the diligent manner in which many editors have persevered with these publications, without which it would have been impossible to compile the book. Armed with this and much, much more from other archives, I quickly set about sorting and reading through scores of historical records, extracting information, flagging snippets, accounts and interesting stories with coloured post-it notes for my own reference in order to place the required information into the relevant chapters, constantly sorting and adding my own narrative and linking it all together. Much more work continued, and during the autumn of 2022, Martin Thompson, Peter Roffrey and Brigadier Paul Jepson kindly offered to proofread the entire content. One joked on how his eyes were bleeding after so much reading. Credit must be offered to them for their utterly fantastic support. It would be remiss of me not to mention Jane Greer and her team from Press Publications for their unwavering help and, dare I say, their patience in this venture, getting us to where we are today. So what is this book about, and what will you learn from reading it? The A4 hardback of 554 pages, comprising of 30 very different chapters, outlines the involvement of our unique Corps during conflicts such as Malaya, Dhofar, Aden, the troubles in Northern Ireland, the Balkans, Iraq and Afghanistan. The latter campaign seeing many RAVC dogs awarded the PDSA Dickey Medal for their life-saving actions. Comprehensive narratives of the RAVC units in their own separate chapters sum up the Corps' story while based at Aldershot, Germany, Cyprus, Hong Kong, North Lothian, and of course our home at Remount Barracks, Melton Mowbray, the location of the Defence Animal Training Regiment. Other segments of the reading include the inception of the RAVC TA and reserves, the women of the WRAC and RAVC who have played an immense part in the Corps' heritage, pack animal transport, past and present, ceremonial or warrior horses located here in the capital, a huge source of pride to the nation, not only on state occasions but each and every day. The manuscript also outlines the formation of 1st Military Working Dog Regiment, which delivers veterinary support and military working dogs for operations worldwide today. I have picked 3 extracts from the book. The first account is from an RAVC soldier serving in Bosnia in 1995 and demonstrates the value of protection dogs. One cold night, as 3 thieves were in the process of trying to steal weapons from parked UN vehicles, Corporal Darren Garrett's dog, Flack, indicated the crook's presence. Corporal Garrett challenged, and as the thieves tried to escape, Flack pinned one intruder against the wall. Another attempted to kick Flack, which didn't work so well, as the dog pulled his assailant to the ground. And when the 3rd intruder ran towards Corporal Garrett, threatening and brandishing a rifle, Garrett dodged the hostile move and struck the man with a trusty 6L Maglite torch. But the thieves rounded up. A follow-up search later revealed a large quantity of stolen munitions. During 2003, Lance Corporal Matt Ball, RAVC, and his tracker dog were in pursuit of a terrorist in Belfast when, together, they stared danger in the face and survived as they approached the armed terrorists hiding in waste ground at the end of the track. Here, Corporal Ball and his Royal Irish Coverman held the terrorist until the police arrived. Corporal Ball was duly recognised for his courageous actions and was awarded the Queen's Commendation for bravery in the operational awards later that year. And finally, a quotation from Brigadier Gareth Collett, CBE, the Director of Defence EOD and Search in 2012. Of all the capabilities introduced to save life, military working dogs were the most capable countermeasure to the Taliban's industrial use of IEDs. Many lives were saved thanks to military working dogs, allowing UK capacity to increase and improve freedom of manoeuvre. Today, the military working dog is the unrivaled component in counter-IED. Quote ends. Over the 6 decades of which this volume documents, it's pleasing to see how the RAVC has transformed and continued to be an essential component of today's military operations. The RAVC endures as a result of the professionalism of those serving now as professional as their forebears, either in barracks or on operations, the foundation of so many triumphs of the RAVC. Enough from me. Please buy a copy, enjoy the read, and inform others of the service the Royal Army Veterinary Corps provides to the nation's defence. Thank you.